Volcano inflation. 4 changes happen near a volcano when it is about to erupt. One of the most important is volcano inflation, when the flanks or sides of the volcano swell. Volcano inflation, also called uplift, signals the arrival of new magma under the volcano. When this happens along with increased earthquakes, higher ground temperatures, and a change of volcanic gases, scientists will warn others that an eruption may happen soon. This early warning allows people to leave the area while it is still safe and avoid being hurt. Many volcanoes in the world have volcano observatories. Scientists place seismometers and other equipment on and around the volcano. Data from the seismometers travel by radio to the observatory. Volcanologists at the observatory then study the data and track changes happening beneath the volcano. Detecting volcano inflation. A greater than usual number of earthquakes may be the first clue that an eruption is near. However, volcano inflation is an even stronger indicator. To detect volcano inflation, scientists use a tilt meter. Tilt meters are placed on the volcano. Like seismometers, tilt meters send their data to the observatory by radio. As the magma moves up into the volcano, the ground around the volcano tilts away from the top. Tilt meters detect even tiny changes in the angle of the ground and send its data to the observatory. Scientists can also set up stations with the Global Positioning System, or as you know it, GPS, on the volcano to monitor ground changes on a bigger scale. When magma nears the surface, it can cause the volcano to swell. It can also cause other areas to subside or sink, and cracks could open in the rock. The GPS sends data to the observatory about how much the surface moved and in what direction. At the observatory, volcanologists watch for changes in patterns of the GPS data to learn more about where magma is and what it is doing. Often, changes in data patterns will indicate the geoscience processes that have changed in the Earth's surface over time. So if you look at this picture here, there's 3 big stages that happen. So they are detecting that the inflation is starting to occur under the volcano. And as the magma is rising, the inflation is at its peak. And then last but not least, there is the eruption of the magma. And that's when the volcano's erupted. And another word for that is called deflation. So detecting other changes. Before some volcanic eruptions, the gases coming out of the ground have an increased amount of sulfur dioxide. This can indicate that the magma is near the surface. Higher ground temperatures also may signal an impending eruption. This data can be measured by satellites and transmitted to the volcano observatory. You can see this photo here, kind of what happens around a volcano. You have the gas coming out of the volcano. They have their GPS or their altimeter. There are volcanologists there surveying the area. They have some other sensors in the ground to sense maybe some movement or ground vibration. And you can also use the GPS or remote sensing, which is, looking at the visuals of the movement. So advanced warning, devices that are placed once and monitored from a distance let scientists observe a volcano without risking their safety. Before volcanologists can identify changes in data patterns, however, they have to collect data for a long time when the volcano is in a resting state. That way they know what is typical for the volcano. With this baseline data, volcanologists can then detect changes and possibly identify an eruption well before it happens. Then people can be warned and they can move to a safer place. And here is just a photo of an actual GPS station using that remote sensing, things like that around the volcano to detect that movement.